Siyabonga Innocent Dwalane is today's dose of inspiration. His story of how the windy roads of his hometown led him to his dreams is today's untold story.
Because of this, which was just an incident of a broken speaker, you know what I mean?
He's somebody who's very up to doing and getting what he believes in.
Good day, my name is Nombuso Mahlangu and I am standing in for my colleague Puleng Mulibati. Let's take a look at how Siyabonga has blessed his home province of KwaZulu-Natal. Siyabonga Innocent Dwalane lost his parents at a very young age. Growing up in Melmoth was not easy, but dreaming was his only escape.
Growing up, my dream was to be a doctor, like every kid in the hood. And it wasn't easy because I was raised by a single parent. I was moving from one place to another place, so there was no stability at all. And as much as I was dreaming, but I never had the dream so huge because, I didn't have any points of reference. Yeah, but then I think later on when I was in high school, then my mind was much more clear. I had really, really big dreams.
Not allowing circumstances to drag his dreams down, his faith always kept him above.
I think as much as I was coming from a very disadvantaged background, I had faith that my dreams were going to come true. I don't know, I think God just gave me that faith.
Losing his parents could have been an excuse for someone like Sia, but it was rather his motivation.
It was one of the tough points in my life, losing my mom because she was the only one I had. And I was like, I'm not the only kid who've lost their parents. Some kids were born without their parents. So I said, at least I got time to spend with her. Some didn't have time to spend with their parents.
His aunt and her husband raised Sia, and they say Sia always had a glimpse of a great future.
Umntwana okhwayithi engagangile umntwana wekhonza nje yabo wehlonipha futhi ngoba ukhula kwakhe angaze ngiye nje ukukhuluma amacala esikoleni ngayo bazi baqeda esikoleni.
She was worried when Sia left home to seek for a university without a cent.
Ngangibona noma ngangikhathazekile nkathi ihamba ngoba sasingenayo imali. Wayisuka wahamba ngingafuni makahambe ngoba ngangibona into esiyona singenayo imali. Wasuka wahamba bangaphatha lutho wahamba nje waya khona le. Wafika wasifonela sekhona ukuthi sitholile isikole. Ngabuza ukuthi ngizofunda kanjani imali ungenayo. Wasethi hayi ngizozama mama. La ngempela wazama ke wathi wayoqeda.
Bittersweet Mamzungu can contain her emotions when thinking about the hardships of raising Sia without any money.
Ngiyakhala ngiyami. Ngihlale nginokhala nje. Yabo ngibona ngizwa nginokhala ngoba ngangingazi ukuthi kuyogcina ephumelelile. Ngoba wayekathi uyafona mhlamba afona engenayo imali ngimupha 300 rand imali anginayo ngenze konke nje. Ngitiyela nje sitiyela kodwa kona kwaya ngoNkulunkulu ke kwalunga ngoba nawe umntwana okholwayo naye. Hayi ngiyembezi manje sethi kodwa sengiyijabuleke manje ngoba ngiyabona noma efikile ngiyajabula siwa sehappy nje mayifikile.
Babzungu says Sia gave the family a new hope.
Ngazo zonke ingane ezisuke zithi ziyofunda kanti sezozenzela ezinye izinto zazele kuthemini ithemba lalingekho kodwa ke esesitshela ukuthi ilokhuza bekwenza uqedile ilapho kwafika khona ukuthokoza njengoba sithokozile namanje.
Raised in a responsible home, Sia fought for his education, knowing that it was his only way to his liberty.
I believe I had to do something for myself. I didn't like begging, so I had to push trolley. Sometimes I had to go to the golf club to carry golf club for the players, and sometimes I had even a small garden where I was selling vegetables. So I believe that I had to make money for myself. I didn't know that there was an entrepreneur in me, and I didn't care about people who were saying, "Oh, but he's pushing trolleys in high school, he's pushing trolleys in matric." I didn't care about that. I think that was a hustler side of me that was growing and becoming something huge.
This was his turning point, and indeed it changed his life from fighter to leader.
I think the turning points in my life was getting to DT, getting accepted without even a sense, getting registered. I didn't believe what happened that day. And then how I got to DT, that some old granny gave me money for transport. And I had to come to DT because some lady said they had some bursaries in DT. That's how I got myself in DT. When I got registered and I was dreaming even bigger now because I was in varsity, getting same resources like other kids who are coming from rich families, getting to meet different people from different walks of life now, getting to mingle and create strategic relations with people. I think that was one of the turning points in my life because varsity has led me to where I am today.
A school with a great academic record, a beacon of hope for parents and learners. Now the principal faces charges of sexual grooming and manipulation.
The suspect was arrested by the FCS unit.
We have a reason to believe that the allegations have merit. Our labor section has immediately drafted a letter of suspension.
A school with a great academic record, a beacon of hope for parents and learners. Now the principal faces charges of sexual grooming and manipulation.
The suspect was arrested by the FCS unit.
We have a reason to believe that the allegations have merit. Our labor section has immediately drafted a letter of suspension.
ANC and EFF are staging a walkout because they don't want the DA Speaker, Katlego Matebe, to continue.
We can't have a person now that is being investigated and so on. She must step aside and allow the process to conclude.
The real reason why the ANC and EFF collapsed the meeting, the two parties have been negotiating to take over the city.
Our immediate task, which we want to do now, is to get rid of the DA executive in the city.
We took a decision out of that meeting to place the Tshwane Municipal Council, to dissolve the municipality and appoint an administrator.
Welcome back. We are still witnessing the amazing story of entrepreneur Siyabonga Ndalwane, the innovator that uses waste PVC pipes to make his 10-up speakers. He's well on his way to making his millions through his zeal for the employment sector. No mountain is too high, no trouble is too difficult to overcome. This is a quote by Wilma Rudolph. This, for Siyabonga Ndalwane, is testament to his life story.
I've been trying a lot of ideas. Remember, at this point in time, I wanted to build a vending machine, and then it ended up not working because I didn't have the technical expertise and the facilities to do the programming. A lot of components were very high tech. And beside that, at some point, I remember I was selling hot dogs I was selling kasi burgers across the campus.
Working on campus at Durban University of Technology, Sia would always be thinking of the next big idea while studying towards his diploma in business studies.
I think the turning point was when I was selling hot dog. Because I remember when I was selling hot dog, I bought the speaker from a retail shop that I was using. So I was trying to entertain the customer to buy a hot dog from me. And so the speaker broke down, and that ended up leading me to buy the second one, ended up leading me to buy the third one, because all of these were breaking but in different functions. So I found myself in a point where I've bought three Bluetooth speakers that were really not working, and really want to sell hot dog to the students and listen to music at the same time. So there was a turning point, because then I was forced to develop my own using but the three broken components, because I didn't have money to buy the fourth speaker or buy more components to build a new one.
Sia now saw a niche and received a lot of support when he started building his first speaker.
While busy building that new speaker, trying it on a guitar, on a bag, on different vessels, I realized that, why not use that PVC pipe from the construction sites? Because the one that initially broke down, they used something similar shape to PVC pipe, but it was cardboard. So that's the reason it ended up breaking down. So I remember they were finishing up new rests here at DUT. So I took those PVC pipe, I used the long one. It was the best vessel. Best sound output, best durability because it could fall and not break down. But it was heavy. But all I needed was best sound. So I reached to a point where I'm getting more requests about this PVC pipe speaker than the whole thing that I'm trying to sell. Then I ended up saying to these people, I can see the number is growing. Let me just ask them to pay now if they're really, really interested. When I asked them to pay, funny enough, on 80% of them pay the amount, pay the deposit, and some pay the full amount. So then that's how I started making for the first customers who became my lead to the bigger portion of the market, because through the first customer, somebody was posting my pictures on social media. I remember I was called to Cause FM to do an interview, which is the biggest radio station in Africa. Through that, I got an order to do 1,000 units, which I couldn't do back then. Couldn't even do 100 units. So from then, I have to leave hot dog, leave tech shop, leave everything, focus on the speaker now.
Through 3 broken speakers, Sia's break in business saw him a chance to make money and a mark.
After my interview on Cause FM, I went back to the construction site, collected the pipes again. But one of the foremen on the construction site, I think I heard you guys on Cause FM. And then we said, no, it wasn't us. It was somebody else. Because if we told them that it was us, they were going to ask us to pay for PVC pipe. So we collected the PVC pipe, we're saying to them, we're using for a project in a lab. Collected them to our place now, and they were turning our place into a dirty place. Because you can imagine somebody taking this PVC pipe, putting them in a bin, those green bin, with 2 wheels, moving them to our place so that we can keep them, because this is one major component of our production. So we collected all of these, took them to our place. We were running production in a yard, in a dining room, in my bedroom.
His friend Cosmos witnessed the journey from nothing to what it is now, although he did think it was a joke at first.
I just laughed at him. Oh, my man, you are playing a Bluetooth speaker, like all the way on the street. So I laughed at him, and then one day he explained to me, I'm innovating my one. Actually, the speaker you are listening to is my speaker. So that's when I started to respect him.
Sia did not only focus on the attention of the sales, but harnessing the gold mine he had on his hands. He would frequent the campus entrepreneurial desk.
He's somebody who's very up to doing and getting what he believes in. He had a number of experiences where he wanted to have his own gadgets. You know how they are with our gadgets, especially at this level, at the university level. So he was experiencing a number of problems there. Then he came back, he said, Ma'am Nons, I want to develop my own speaker. I've been buying quite a number of speakers and they get broken easily. So I want you to help us to put that concept together. So that's where it all started from. So we've assisted him, and then we're trying to infuse in the element of innovation and technology into this. Then we're the DUT was under major at that time. There were a lot of construction taking place on site, and there were a lot of recyclable materials. And he was like, wow, he's got this huge idea that what if he uses the recycled equipment from the site and then use that as part of his production for the products. That's where it all began. Looking at him, he's grown both personally and business-wise. Before, he used to be a very difficult person to engage with, I think. So with our program, I know that we also focus at helping the students to actually finding out more about themselves, understanding more about themselves. So it has worked both in the personal space and business space. And I see him doing extremely, extremely well. He's very driven, he's very passionate, and he believes in his products. So it's such students words that are inspiring us more to actually go and get more information and more external funding for them.
Using his friends as his employees and all the time to meet the demand, Sia traded his sleep for his dreams.
So I remember we were working on that for the entire festive. Trying to deliver, we couldn't meet the demand. I mean, companies who were buying some of the components ended up closing down because it's Christmas time. But that was the turning point of my life as an entrepreneur, because I mean, all along I've been trying things that were failing down. Now finally I've got something that really work out for the market, that isn't demanded, people have never seen anywhere before. We had to take more orders. So now we had to move from clothes as covering to stickers. Had to look for suppliers who can supply us with stickers. From there it's been an amazing journey. I remember this at the time, we had to move from our place now to school. We had to convince the university management that we need a place now to operate, because students need our speakers, the outside world need our speakers.
ANC and EFF are staging a walkout because they don't want this DA speaker, Katlego Matebe, to continue.
We can't have a person now that is being investigated and so on. She must step aside and allow the process to conclude.
The real reason why the ANC and EFF collapsed the meeting, the two parties have been negotiating to take over the city.
Our immediate task, which we want to do now, is to get rid of the DA executive in the city.
We took a decision out of that meeting to place the Tshwane Municipal Council, to dissolve the municipality and appoint an administrator.
ANC and EFF are staging a walkout because they don't want this DA speaker, Katlego Matebe, to continue.
We can't have a person now that is being investigated and so on. She must step aside and allow the process to conclude.
The real reason why the ANC and EFF collapsed the meeting, the two parties have been negotiating to take over the city.
Our immediate task, which we want to do now, is to get rid of the DA executive in the city.
We took a decision out of that meeting to place the Tshwane Municipal Council, to dissolve the municipality and appoint an administrator.
Welcome back. This is the last leg of our show. The award-winning innovator Siyabonga Ndwalane sparked a ripple effect when his proudly South African speakers went viral, but he chose to empower everyone around him. Let's take a look at how his speakers has been acknowledged. Siyabonga Ndwalane is an award-winning innovator recognized for using construction waste PVC pipes to build strong and loud speakers. Proudly South African and employing his friends from DUT has opened up so many doors for him.
Remember, we're getting big orders from RMS now, getting orders from municipality or from government department, one use this as corporate gifts. So that process moving from my bedroom, my garage and my dining room to a proper workshop was an exciting one, because now we have to look at ourselves as a company. We have to now look at ourselves as an industrialist instead of people who are doing it DIY. Now we are not idea searching, we're not testing the market now. We need to respond to the markets very quick, and now we need to be a production company now that run production. I need to recruit members who will help me to produce this in bulk. We need to establish ourselves suppliers who will help us to do proper printing now. We need to start acquiring power tools, which are more dangerous than us using screwdriver, because we're previously using screwdrivers. And now we need to start communicating with the media now, because people are coming over, they want to do interview with us. Newspaper want to interview us. Lectures want to bring us to lecture venues to share our journey with our students. Yes, we're still trying to understand what is going on.
With everything good raining on Sia's plate, he found himself a good mentor from the university, such as Dr. Progress Mjali.
We have an open door policy, even in the IT department. Students used to come up by a lot, and to tap into my 30 plus years of experience, both academically as well as in the commercial world. And Sia, he came and introduced himself and what he was famous for, these very nice speakers. And we just discussed different ways of maybe building his business. Sometimes I would see him riding the bicycle around campus, maybe in the evening I'm on my way home, and then he stops half an hour. We just talk about all of these different ideas that he has. In fact, what's interesting is that he's even branching beyond just speakers. He's doing some amazing work. I think we talked about even flying a drone around here. Actually, my drone, he took it from me. He's doing some amazing stuff, and some of the ideas that he has about maybe providing charging ports for students around the university. I do see him being very instrumental because he's going beyond just the speakers. As I said, when I first met Asia, it was all about speakers, and I was giving ideas about the direction of the sound, maybe even online, allow people to design what they want the speaker to look like, maybe give different patterns so they can actually select, and then you create that speaker and send it to them.
Sia's reign of success continued to inspire other students around him.
Basically, the guy who was helping me at my place was the first employee. Then he was working at Nandes, then I had to convince him to quit, which I did and he was happy. Said the business will pay your rent and your food, don't worry. Then after that, I need to look for other people who could be trusted with his vision, who are willing to work, not expecting to be paid later or not now, because we don't have money to pay people. So, because I'm around in student environment, people see this blossoming and growing. It was easy for me to convince people, because they could see the speaker are such an amazing hit. They see me being featured on newspaper. I'm becoming a celebrity now, and not only that, we are winning competition. So us winning competition means we are pumping in more capital, and then at the same time I get to travel. So people are inspired. They're like, oh, if I want to fly like him, if I want to be invited to meet with the so-and-so top officials or big company, let's associate ourselves with this entrepreneur. So that was an amazing edge I would use to convince these people. And then moving to a point where now I want to offer this as an in-service opportunity to students. So it's not easy, because now it means you need to regulate those people. Here I am, my passion is on growing the business, not really mentoring students to be better employees for other company where they want to move to into the future. It was really tough, but we have to give them an opportunity, because I need their hands as much as they need an opportunity to do in-service training.
Some of the accolades that are still so surreal to him are his competitions and his overseas travels.
The first competition I won was a local entrepreneurship competition, where I won about 10 grand. And then from that one, I also won another competition where they were running EDHE. Beside EDHE, I also won Joburg Entrepreneurship Festival. That was one of the amazing ones, because they only needed one winner. I went there, it was about close to more than 30 contestants. So we were presenting in a theater, an amazing theater. As I was standing on the stage, I was playing music, dressed in an African prince. I did an amazing presentation because the music captured the audience. I was in that spirit, I was in a place where I owned the environment. I won that one. I was winning a prize to be sent to Finland to represent South Africa. And another one that I nearly forgot was Innovation Bridge, where I was the only one from TU to come back with a prize, but sent with professors, with people who are doing PhD, who have their research work, highly intensive academic research projects. I went there, I won the competition of the most innovative, sustainable projects.
His chosen family and support structure wish nothing but the best for their tenacious Sia.
Ngimpisela ukumbona phambili enze izinto ezinhle, thole nomakoti, ngihlale kahle nami ke ngiphumule nje. Ke ngibone ngiphekelwe nami ngijabula. Nebhizinisi yakhe ibe yinhle, ngiyafisa. ngoba yena umntwana ohloniphayo futhi ngiyazi ukuthi mhlawumbe uzophumelela ngoba umuntu okwazi ukuyinikela.
Saqala samuzwa elokhuzeni okhozini ekhuluma ngazo kwaye wafika wasikhombisa kungezona lezi ezinkulu kangaka kuse ezayihlwene kabili kuwesifishane kuweside njengoba nje sekukhona izinkulu kangaka kodwa ke kwasithokozisa lokho nanokuthi ke usehambe namazwe la aphesheya kwezilwandle lapha nathi singasikhona kusithokozisa kakhulu lokho.
And his best friend says Sia also encourages him to push for his own dreams to come true.
Siyabonga supports me, like he wants me to grow, to be a better person, like to be in an environment that is challenging to the society, to influence others. To Siyabonga, it's all about a progressive leadership. He wants something that inspires society.
It's been a long journey, and it's still a journey. And the reason I say so is because so many people have made sacrifices along the journey for me to be here. So many people have entrusted me with their resources. So many people have entrusted me with the last sense they have, believing my idea that failed. Even up to now, so many people look up to me. And so many people look at me and they get hope, they see that it's possible. Not only that, so many people have bought into this vision. Over the past 3 years, I've seen myself traveling, I've seen myself meeting the president of the country, I've seen myself sitting with kings and queens because of this, which was just an incident of a broken speaker, you know what I mean?
From a young boy who allowed himself to dream to now a young man who continues to dream, Siyabonga Ndwalane's Stories Untold also certifies you with the stamp of inspiration and life changer. Where there's a will, there's a way, and that's where we leave it for today. From myself and the Stories Untold team, it's a goodbye for now.